Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see, we were under the rain, and we wanted to do this particular video under the rain, but it was impossible. We had to move a little bit in as much as we wanted a nice background. So today we will be talking about asthma, lung health in general. I don't think this is something that will interest a lot of people, but people like me who have been asthmatic since primary school, it means a lot to us because we deal with asthma on a daily basis. So if you're just here for the first time, my name is Sonko and I'm a TV personality. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video. I mean, like I always say, it gives me the motivation to keep recording videos and then providing all of you with amazing content. So like I said, today we'll be talking about asthma. And like I mentioned, I've been asthmatic since primary school. And I want you all to share your asthma experiences with me. If you're an asthmatic patient, please go down below and share your experience with me, or give me tips and tricks as to how I'll be able to deal with asthma, because it has been really hard for me. When I talk to doctors, sometimes they're like, are you managing your asthma well? I'm like, I'm trying my best, but it's really hard to deal with it sometimes. So there's just one experience that I want to share. There was a time that a doctor gave me a Kenacort injection, and then the Kenacort injection affected me. I started bleeding at some point, and the bleeding couldn't stop. It was so bad for me, so hard for me to go to work, so hard for me to concentrate, because it was just sort of a hard period for me. So Kenacort injection really did not work for me, in as much as throughout the period that I was given the Kenacort injection, I did not have asthma attacks, but it affected my reproductive system because I started bleeding non-stop. Non-stop. It was really hard for me. But anyway, I'm putting the cart before the horse, unfortunately. So I'm just going to take you guys back, because I think that was a bad experience for me and I decided to start it. But I just feel like, let me take you guys back a little bit. Let's talk about when I realized I had asthma at a point in time in my life when I was quite younger. It was really hard for me because I was so young and I didn't know how to use an inhaler. That was a really big problem for me. I didn't know how to use an inhaler, although doctors told me how to use it, but maybe I was younger and I didn't pay attention, so I was not making good use of my inhaler. And a lot of people in Gambia feel like it is not okay for you to use an inhaler because it's not good, you're going to get addicted to it. Please do not listen to all of those things. If you go to the hospital and you're told that you have to use an inhaler, please use it. Inhaler is simply salbutamol, the salbutamol tablet that you take to get relief. That's the same thing that is in the inhaler. And just to say, salbutamol tablets do not really work for me, because whenever I take it, I get palpitations and I'm not productive. It's hard for me to go to work. I just get to sit down at just one corner or just sleep. And when I tell doctors, it's kind of surprising for them that when I take salbutamol, I am always unproductive. So maybe studies have not proven that yet, I'm not sure. But the inhaler really works for me. Right now, I just use the inhaler and it's been working so well. But any other thing apart from the inhaler affects me. Prednisolone affects me. Prednisolone makes me gain weight. And it makes me gain weight like this. And when I also talk to doctors, they say prednisolone is not supposed to make you gain weight as fast as that, but that has been my experience. And also, when I take aminophylline, I'm relieved, but it also gives me joint pains and all of that. So, to be honest, this has been really hard for me, and I want all of you to go down below and tell me what has been your remedy, because people are talking about using like traditional remedies, but I'm not really sure about that, because most of the time when you also talk to doctors about these traditional remedies, they're like, what portion are you supposed to take? At the end of the day, it can affect your liver, it can affect something else, because studies have not been done in relation to these things. So to be honest, I'm a bit confused, but I've really been trying to manage this. Like I said, I've been using my inhaler, and I've really been trying to just see a way that I could live with asthma naturally. Family support is also important when it comes to asthma. Let me also tell you that if you don't have the family support, it's really crazy. Because I can remember when I normally have asthma attacks, my grandfather used to take me to the hospital like around 4 a.m. and all of that. So just to tell you that the family support, if it's not there, it's a problem. I can remember there was a point in time, one of my family members, I won't mention name, that I was living with did not believe that I had asthma. So you could see that I felt neglected. Nobody gave me any form of attention. Even if I get sick, I used to go with some of my little siblings to the hospital, because that particular family member did not believe I had it because I used to get sick frequently, and he thought it was an excuse for me to get sick and just run away from chores. So it's important that your family also understands what asthma is, and the fact that you might be getting sick here and there, and the fact that things like sweeping, things like other things that are household chores will affect you, will affect your lung health, and it's not okay for you to be doing it. And another thing that you have to put in place is your hygiene when it comes to asthma. Asthma doesn't like dust, so make sure to clean everywhere all of the time. Do not be in an area that has dust, because if that is the case, then it's not good for you. Avoid very strong perfumes as well. That is what I've been doing. I've just been using body splash that are quite very, the scents are very minimal. That's what I've been using. Also, my room doesn't even have a carpet because it's not good for me. You also have to clean your walls. You also have to be changing your bed sheets. So all of these matter. And since I started doing all of these things, it counts. So please do not listen to people telling you that you shouldn't use your inhaler. I've been using the inhaler and I'm totally fine with it. It has never affected me in any way. People feel like if you use the inhaler, you'll get addicted. It's not good for you. It's simple. The inhaler contains the salbutamol tablet that you're taking in. So it's simple logic. So it's so okay for you to use it. There's nothing like getting addicted to it or all of that. So these are just the things that I feel like I can share with all of you when it comes to asthma. I talked about the fact that family support is very important when you have asthma, because there are certain household chores that you cannot be doing all the time because you're running away from dust, you're running away from smoke, you're running away from everything. And parents sometimes feel like we are running away from household chores as asthma patients, but that is not the case. Also, make sure your personal hygiene is very good, because you have to be changing your bed sheets every day. Make sure the walls are clean. Make sure that your fan is clean and all of that. If you have, preferably, if you have an AC, is the best thing for you. Like, to be honest, ACs are really good for asthma patients, but we all come from Gambia. We all know how expensive electricity is and how difficult it is to maintain an AC here. But it's very, very important if you're able to afford it rather than using a fan. So basically, I just feel like I needed to share all of this with you. So please, if you're asthma patient or you have any form of lung problems, please share with us how you've been managing this particular situation. Like I mentioned, I actually put the cart before the horse because I felt like that experience that I had when I was given the Kenacot and I just bleed the whole time, it was really hard for me. So I just felt like I needed to talk to you guys about it. So, well, I just wanted this to be a conversation, nothing strict and structured. So I'm afraid that is all I have time for today. But don't forget to always subscribe, hit the notification bell, you know, talk to your girl about stuff, anything, you know, and give me recommendations about anything that you want me to talk about, and I'll be right here to talk about it. So till I come your way next week with another video, bye for now.